right? But then in the meantime, they are qualifying for those events on a daily basis. But I don't think someone's gonna be mad at them if they don't. They just got separated with Alex just a couple days ago. Whereas for Apeks, they haven't quite been able to stand up to their form from the majors. So I feel like qualifying for an event like that, being competitive and being amongst the contenders to win the entire thing would be quite a big deal.
Well, to get that far, you gotta be Movistar. And the best place to start would be your map pick of Inferno. Let's get into this one. Double set of dualies. Martinez and Mr. Adam here in apartments. Look at that. 4 pistols in apartments between 2 players. You might not want to go there, Apeks, because that is a lot of guns.
It is. Oh, Adam S. That was a clean execution. Sense doesn't quite get to see a lot in this best round. Martinez has spotted the second player as well, but Adam S is out of there. He got goosed up in the process, to be fair. I mean, it was insta headshot as well landed on him, so gotta be careful. But the play actually is focused on that B bomb site. Smoke in. They are not committing yet. There goes the flash, and there goes CacaNito.
Smoke actually hit the player in CT, but there's so many guys here. Davy comes through that CT smoke. So awkward. Martinez has collected the lurker in JChem. Very awkward duel for Mopos. And actually, despite having the stack, they only got 1 kill between those 3 B players. That is not good enough. Adams is low. There's no kit and time to establish afterplants. This is looking much more doable for Apeks than it was 15 seconds ago.
Yeah, Adam S is so low on HP as well, and they're separated. They're coming in from different positions. This fight is everything. If CacaNito gets that kill, round is over. Now he's spotted, and they can just play for time, by the way. Adam is so low. CacaNito's going to finish him off. It has to be a 1 versus 2, but surely there's not enough time. Even if Martinez gets a couple kills, now he's realized what the setup is. He's heard the steps. That's a nice first one. But even if he gets the follow-up, the pistol round has already been won by Apeks. Nok is just toying with him at this point. Will eventually go down, but so will Martinez to the bomb.
It's that B setup, wasn't it? What was it? It was something like new box coffins and then on flowers and CT. I think the CT smoke missed a bit, landed on flowers for a second, hit the player there, and gave up the noise cue. And then David, you decided just to play with it, and he actually got a frag as he pushed through. But I'm just a little bit stunned they couldn't get more frags out of. It wasn't like there was, full execute from Apeks and entry flashes and the whole Shazam. It should have been. I don't know, there must have been 2 seconds there where there's no way Apeks could have engaged all of the CTs in a really good fashion.
It was really awkward by Mopos when you think about it. He was spamming the coffins with the USP as there was a player running right next to him in pool, right? And he was still spamming through coffins with the USP when he was the only one alive as well. So, a couple precarious moments, I guess you could say. Obviously, it is just the first round, and we expected this map to be a little bit more chaotic, but I guess Apeks are going to be more than happy with how things turned up. Now it's Force Bike coming up for the CT side. A 4-man's towards the bomb side, and Jacob's dead, unfortunately for him. Decided to get ahead of the Uto.
See how fast Movistar trying to get out of the stack, having shown presence. But Apeks didn't actually twig too much. They haven't accelerated onto A. Martinez dropped the rifle. He has no armor. That's how Davy G is able to bring that one into play. Martinez with Davy G. 2nd kill for the rifle. This is starting to look very sketchy for the Apeks squad. Just about dodging the barrel of that deagle. And they have stabilized. Bomb going down. Afterplants established. Maybe Movistar should just play to grab the rifle off the ground because this retake doesn't feel on.
Yeah, at this point, I feel like they are closing the gap, aren't they? They are thinking about going for some damage. I feel like, especially Mopos towards the apartments with the SMG, they will try and get as many kills as possible. Make sure Apeks just don't save anything up. And that's a big kill for Just. Might be able to pick up a rifle there. He still just wants to make sure that those P's are contained on the bomb side. This is great damage. They have no time for the defuse, but if they're able to get away from here,
this is still good. If they can save armor and the guns, they can buy again. And I'm pretty sure they will.
Yeah,
there it is.
They can drop over 2 M4s as well. I mean, they're going to be a little bit light on util, but if they really wanted it so badly, they could go for 4 rifles.
I think they should do it. Just to drop an M4. Mopol should drop a FAMAS. Get 4 rifles. If you can get the reset here on Apeks, look at the money in the bank.
Yeah.
For the Norwegian-based squad. They have nothing. Pause out from Movistar. It is an unusual situation. You're not normally going to force in this sort of scenario, but many teams would right now. And I'm sure they're discussing if they did go all in, what was it going to look like. Maybe they are considering just the save and where these AKs are going to go.
That's the thing.
The armor from Mopos.
You have 2 sides of the coin, right? On one hand, you fully invest into this one, you send it. This would be the more reasonable decision at this point, I feel like, as well. On the other hand, you go for a half buy and you try and do as much damage as possible with the upgraded pistols, armors, and rifles. But I guess all of that waffle is absolutely unnecessary right now because they have made their decision. It is going to be the full investment. The 2 AKs on Justin Mopos. A FAMAS for Davi G. MP9 for Martinez. And the big boy gun for Adam S.
Yeah. And it's the 2B players that have the saved AKs. They have full util. So they have options here on Banana. They wanted to get a bit aggressive. Halfway smoke is there for now. Remember, guys, basically no skyboxes on this game. So there is increased options to throw those early. As one of your A players, that's what they did. It looks like Mopos is in the thick of it. Nort comes through the smoke and gets both. I can't... Mopos was behind him for a lot of that. Well, that has changed the complexion of this round. Thus, the punchiest rifle's gone. A 3v5 already. And whilst the buy was justified, it's not going to play out too well, is it?
I mean, it still could. If Adam S finds that kill inside of the apartments, and he has, he can upgrade himself onto a rifle. Martinez is already towards the B-bomb side. This is not unwinnable. They can have a fast flank. The bomb hasn't been planted yet. There is no kid, yes, but look at how quick they're going to be down middle and up Banana.
We'll get back to Sense's move in a minute because I'm not sure that was justified. No kit. That kill from JChem might just seal the deal.
Yeah.
Adam backs off. Martinez is out of here. Be nice if we could get a better rifle off the ground, but I just can't really see it happening. And to expand on what I was thinking, Sense could have just sat still there. His teammates had B. He can just, you know, hold the line towards Moto and try and catch a rotate if they did attempt to retake. But yeah, pushes out, and at least for a few seconds there, yeah, it was a world.
Yeah. A lot of the time, I guess, it's not an unwritten rule, but a lot of the times, the lurker towards the apartments would proceed in a way in which they would just use the plant of the bomb as like an alert that they can go out of apartments, right? If the CTs haven't made a move and the bomb gets planted, that means that probably they're considering a save, right? Most of the time. Sometimes not. Sometimes they're still gonna wait for you and then rotate over. But if they haven't moved from pit or balcony or whatever and the bomb is already planted on the B-bomb side, then maybe you can justify going for that peak. So yeah, I do agree. Maybe it was a little bit early, but you know, they still win the round. This one's dangerous, though. They have no clue that Martinez is that close. I mean, they've seen the smoke, so they should be aware of the possibility, but the second middle players didn't really spot him out. Nope, they have no idea.
Oh, my lord. First goes to Martinez. Not quite as punchy as their last buy, but there's still rifles here. Adam gets another for his team. Oh, it's so awkward. It's JChem's in pit. Adam's down to 1 HP. 2 players trapped here. Behind the Haycar, Adam gets another. What? Stays alive for so long. And as the carnage settles, it is Kicksan alone. Bomb is wide out to the side of default. First player's going to fight. That's Mopos and just wasn't ready to swing with him. Not on the same page. It's giving Kicksan a chance. What a recovery in a round where it looked like Apeks were falling apart.
Yeah, what a clutch from the IGL. It's a great 1 versus 3 there from Kicksan. What a way to get his first kills on the map as well, by the way. he was on 0 before the start of this. I really like the bait towards the apartments. Made a couple steps, fell back, and he realizes that it's really uncomfortable for the final player. He's heard him fall back, so he has 2 options. He either just stays towards the back of the side and holds apps, or tries to push short, or plays an off angle even if he wants to re-peek short, but Kixon saves them up big time. Movistar were so close to stealing this one away. And now they have the guns back. An AVP for Martinez. We did point out that he had a massive performance against Aurora earlier, and that's a really good way to open things up. It looked like it missed for a second there, but still, the kill has been registered.
For those that didn't see the last series, this is the Martinez that was doing a lot of damage. Absolutely beastly. Yeah,
and you haven't seen half of it. I mean, considering what he was doing on the previous map, or the previous 2-3 maps even, that was a sitter and a half.
But we know he's warmed up today.
Oh yeah.
Got to get past him. Apeks still in the midst of their default. They're running out of nades though. They'll have to commit onto a site pretty soon. Not actually so much for Movistar. They're leaning 3B for now, so A is a little exposed. Not a lot of trust put on Martinez.
Yeah, the setup's really good though. Adam's position is quite OP. He just needs to make sure he gets the first kill, right? If you let Nog jump short here, the round is over. He probably kills the Oper, and the round is lost. Adam S is the one that needs to be the difference maker. They're still going to send CacaNito on a bit of a scouting mission towards the B-bomb side, though. He should be a dead man walking. That's not really going to help Movistar Riders if they get that kill. All that matters is Adam S right now, and he's been deleted. That's a great opener by Nog. Martinez, this position is just not good enough for a 1 versus 3 when your rifle doesn't get a single kill. That has to be surely a 3 versus 3 retake, but with no utility, no defuse kit, that's not going to be an easy one.
They dearly love a smoke to help with pit. CacaNito's holding mid. Soon enough, he needs to help his teammates at the site. Oh, Kicksan cannot connect. Trade there onto Nork. Plan is good for short, but CacaNito needs to get on with this. First tap is in. CacaNito. Wide swings. Smoke on the bomb as Mopos starts to stick. Time is dwindling, and without a kit, this is over. CacaNito has won it. Movistar. It's getting so close in so many of these rounds. They're making so many good moves in isolation. We just can't finish the jigsaw. We're always missing a piece here, and they just can't convert these rounds.
Yeah, they can't. And I feel like I don't really want to put the entire round on one person. I feel like if Adam gets 1 kill there, the round is completely different. Because the B players actually didn't pull down to CacaNito. They knew where he was. They still made it extremely close. But again, no utility, no kit. And even if they were able to get the kills, there was just no time. CacaNito played it perfectly. The moment that he won the first fight, the round was over. And yeah, you're spot on. Some of those rounds have been really scrappy. Some of those rounds have been really close. It doesn't feel like Movistar are necessarily doing anything wrong, but they still are all 5 down. And it looks like there might be a number 6 on the way.
It is just a half by this one, but they've done such a good job keeping the money, though. They'd love to have a couple of kills here to at least keep this costly for their opponents. But yeah, Apeks, they're just racking up so many rounds. They're on T side. Money's never as big as an issue. It is on the defense. And for Apeks, you know, this has been some scrappy counterfight, but late round, the Arthur plants, Kicksan, CacaNito, Nork 2 has had his moments. He is looking pretty good for them.
Yeah, it is. It kind of feels like a game of CS can be quite, I guess you could feel betrayed. You could feel like your effort hasn't really been rewarded in a way if you're Movistar right now, right? Because you did such a good job. I mean, there are so many things that we can give them kudos for, but then again, you haven't been able to win a round, and now Apeks get to play against the half-buy. They keep 4 alive, so it's like all your work so far just means nothing, right? You're still down 0-6. You find, well, I guess that doesn't really matter anymore because 2 of them went down to the bomb, so it's fine. Again, you were able to force Apeks in rebuying 3 more guns. So scratch that last part.
Then get a reset off. There's a world here you get back to 4 or 5 rounds. But it's got to start here. That is a certainty. And I'll tell you what. Guys, get a kit. Please. Haven't had one for a few rounds. Sack the head armor, Martinez, and get a kit. DaviG, buy a kit. Because they really could have won a couple of these.
Yeah, sure. I must have been a serious issue. When you think about all the rounds in which Apeks have either lost 3, 4 people, even all 5 minutes, there's been no difference. There's been
I'm going to lose my marbles if DaviG doesn't buy a kit.
I think he's... Nope.
Is this for real?
Yeah, he didn't. He's got 400 bucks in the bag.
Everyone pay attention, because if they genuinely lose the round for an audited views, it's not a great look.
No, and look at the switch from Apeks. They're just sending it out middle. David is not ready for that. Completely out of position, manages to recover. Still, and actually burns 2 crisps. A great recovery from Movistar. Apeks tried to switch up the pace completely, and DaviG, it felt like he was just not ready for this, but he does manage to hold on to it last second there. Gets sacked down low as well. And now the question is, how do Apeks get back into this one?
It's all Movistar needed. The money isn't good for Apeks, especially if they can't get a plant. CacaNito's poking and prodding. Sense is praying for a lackluster rotation and exposing themselves to apartments. Adam and the train. That is such unfortunate timing. Luckily, there's still got numbers here on the site. DaviG is low, however. On the nade he comes through. CacaNito has a lot of room to work with. Justo playing the side angle. Does get the kill. So round for Movistar. And some tough economic calls to follow if you're Apeks.
Yeah, suddenly you're on the T side of Inferno. You've won 6 in a row, and you lose one, you reset. It's a pretty tough pill to swallow when you think about it. I mean, it's not a full reset. You can still invest, and you're gonna have a couple rifles if you really want to. I'd say that maybe expecting a half buy with 1 hero rifle could be the thing that makes the most sense. And never mind, it's actually gonna be just pistols all over the place. They do have enough money to go for a proper investment in the next one. Still, it might come off as a bit odd. You play a couple really good rounds on the T side, and then if something doesn't go your way, you gotta go for the pistols. Although, it is the typical Aurora eco. It is 5 Digos on the board.
Yeah, as much as we can praise, you know, Movistar for doing all the hard work and getting the eco, they do need to beat the eco. And we've seen a few of those rounds not go as planned in this qualifier. And certainly, some of these players on Apeks nerfing a or two about collecting heads. They have a basement full of them. Virtually.
I'm not sure if that's legal. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Had to specify, just in case.
That's what I was thinking. Obviously, different countries have different laws, but I was thinking, I don't think I can think of one that's all right with this.
Yeah, I don't know about Norwegian law, but you know, I don't want a lawsuit.
Yeah, in the dragon dungeons in the mountain.
On JKim. Here comes the walk.
Oh.
Set up here as old as time on a new box. See these in cave paintings. The walls. Inferno.
Yep, knock. Gets one. CacaNito actually follows up on a second. Just is all alone towards the back of the side now. He might as well just find a couple easy kills, but if he goes down, then there's problems. There's only 8 seconds though. He just needs to stay alive, try and dance around. M4 is out of bullets. They need to get on that bomb plant. Just actually goes down, but there goes DaviG. He's there for the save, and no, he needs to focus on staying alive. Oh no. He's not after time.
We didn't actually have armor, so it doesn't make much difference, but yeah. He actually survived post-time. Yeah. Bizarre. Bit of a nightmare, actually. He's got to go Deagle. Deagle smoke flashes.
Yeah. I was thinking, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking maybe he just turns around, picks up the M4 from the fallen just, and stays alive. There was a universe. Yeah.
Okay.
That's good, though. That's really good from CacaNito. And now he knows where the second player is because of the util. This is great from CacaNito. the demon towards Banana. They needed something to work out early round for them. This is, by the way, I think the quickest double kill we've seen from Apeks so far on this map. Last time they tried with speed towards middle, it got completely denied by Davy. CacaNito, though, a little bit better towards Banana. He's one of those players that you need to make respect you towards Banana early on. If you don't, he's just going to be running up and picking up fights. Martinez going to go for the fight without a flash as well, which is a bit odd. Apeks had one. Maybe they wanted to clear out car on contact and then use the flash for a wider, deeper peek, but that just feeds CacaNito even more. Does he expect the fourth player on the bomb side? Not quite.
If they get caught at a bad timing here, this could get very dicey. One down, make it two. Perfect game sense from Davy G. And when this round looked done, it looked like CacaNito had done enough. He killed everybody on Banana. Sensors left in a 1-on-2. There's a kit on Adams. Molly as well if he wants to use it. But the buddy system should be in full force. Glued to each other. Trade sense wherever he is playing.
And
they eke their way up short. Molly onto Grave. Sense peaks. But it's just so difficult when there's two players coming at you. Can't even get one. Great retake from Movistar and Davy G. That guy needs a raise.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that should have been a lost round for them. Okay, you know what? For a second there, I actually got a bit nervous about that defuse. But yeah, there was plenty of time. Quite unfortunate, by the way, for Sense in the 1 versus 2. I'm not sure if you noticed, but he went for the jiggle towards short, or he wanted to peek, didn't see anything. But in the moment that he was turning around, they actually peeked and they spotted him. So that's why they mollied him. That's why they were 100% sure he was still on the bomb side, right? So that was a bit of an unfortunate timing. Maybe if he gets to get the first kill using the element of surprise, then he can have a chance in the 1 versus 1. But yeah, it's I guess this is all talk that we shouldn't be having, considering how much work CacaNito actually did towards Banana early on.
At least you can look at his teammates saying, what more do you want? What more do you want? I busted open B. And I'm trying the same again here. Mopod is ready for those shenanigans this time. What is that from Davy G? Okay, well, this map was not a good start from Movistar, but they are warming up and then some.
Yeah, let me tell you what.
Feel the confidence, can't you?
Yeah, I don't know who's calling right now. If Davy G is calling, this is crazy. This performance has been great from him. It just feels like he's everywhere as well. Every single time, he's got the right idea. He's got the right peaks. He's going aggressive when he can afford to go aggressive and get unpunished. He's even getting fortunate at times as well, getting some kills. Now, look at the reaggression. Movistar. They've heard the smoke. They know what's going on. They know what to expect. The nade doesn't quite connect that nicely. There goes the op shot. First one is a bit off, but now you need to reconsider. You've just heard the late retake. You've spotted the AVP. Surely the T's know that there's more than 2 people here, but they have no other choice. They need to commit.
Oh, they're going for it. Any other option too for Mopos. And it's just damage here for Nork. Damage is good damage. Not much to be about. So I did have a bit of a check. The HLTV article says Davy G's back to pick up the reins, but I can't actually see, you know, some sort of press release or statement from Movistar to back that up. So I think it's safe to assume, but maybe not 100%. 80,
yeah, that's
89%.
By the way, I ran a search, and I wanna file a complaint because Movistar Riders haven't posted on their English Twitter account since 2020. But I did run a search on their official account of X, I guess now, and I couldn't find information about that. Yeah, and there was a lot of tweets that I actually translated. But hey, who cares if he's the IGO? He's 14-6.
He's having a great one. He's loving it. It's a monstrous scoreline considering they're actually losing. They're losing the game at the moment. But he's just been on an absolute tear, hasn't he? What's been going on in this round? Early advantage again, of course, from Davy G. And Apeks have dumped a lot of their nades clearly to default and actually haven't got much out of it. I mean, CacaNito's here in Banana, but he's trapped in logs. It's going to make it a little bit awkward for him too. Martinez is low, but Just is ready. Two-man advantage now. Bomb is spotted. Just doesn't actually need to fight this. Flashes through, but he is going to. Another one collected. Nade spreads the smoke for a second. But the rotator here as well. Martinez is on the angle. Mopos is nearby. This is so tough for Apeks with just 2 players. And here they go. Flash is good. But they might not even expect Mopos to be on this bomb site. Martinez is pulling all that attention. Sense has no idea. And Nork up against the world. Unenviable.
Yeah, he's gonna go down. That's 4 alive for Movistar. That's been a great recovery going into that CT side, by the way. Apeks had a 6-0 lead on the T side of Inferno, and we could be leveled up on the end of the half, which is crazy. I mean, if you're Apeks, yeah, okay, 6 rounds on the T side isn't too terrible. I mean, it doesn't mean that you can't still win your map pick, but it surely makes you feel a little bit hard done. It surely makes you feel like you had to get a little bit more, even though some of the rounds were close, and I'm pretty sure they realized that. And now going into the final round of the half, you have no money to work with. Just getting back to the situation as well towards Banana last round real quick. It was everything worked out. I mean, or worked out rather. Just gets the first kill, drops the bomb, and then as you pointed out, he doesn't really have to pick up the fight, but knowing that there's 2 more people towards the B-bomb side, there's someone that can flash for him. He smokes them off. He knows that they don't have enough time to wait out the smoke and then collect the bomb, so they probably try and run through. He just waits for it, gets the sound cue, calls for the flash, gets another kill, and he can even fight further because there is an AVP and a rifle still towards the back of the site. Movistar just enjoying their stay right now in the server. Everything makes complete sense for them, and it's working out.
Adams, you madman. You absolute madman. Pushed in front of the top boiler molly there, and he paid a heavy price. This is a round as well where Apeks don't have the best weaponry. It's Galil's across the board. They'll be thanking their lucky stars. They've been gifted an opening kill. Make their life a little bit easier. I think the way to look at this half is, you know, it's pretty even on the scoreline, but I'll tell you what, Apeks for their round wins had to fight a lot harder. There were so many afterplants, so many one-on-ones. Movistar have played a very clean game of Counter-Strike in the last few rounds.
Yeah.
And that feels like the difference.
It does, right? They look like the more solid team so far.
Are they going into the stack? There's 4 players here for Movistar, fully given B.
Surely they don't,
The bomb
right?
is in apartments.
I think they sent someone out B. Just scout a little bit.
Mopos seeing that surely only incentivizes them to stay here more. Davy G is going to start pushing mid. Who sees who first?
Oh my god.
Players lining up nades. No
way.
He's a lucky boy to be alive. But that will have them keep the stack. Does CacaNito start probing B? They really need that info. 26 seconds. And as we can see with the mini-map, this is the right call. Get the bomb as far away from A as possible.
Yeah, and Jacob's still towards the boiler. I don't think they believe their luck right now. They can't believe. That's a great shot from Martinez, but the bomb's gonna go down. It has to be a 3 versus 3 retake. Surely at this point, Movistar have realized what's going on. Apeks, they have plenty of time to get into comfortable post-plant positions. Problem is, Nog is low on HP. They have no utility to use right now, bar that 1 flash from Nog. And you look at the CTs, Movistar actually have a decent chance. They have the 2 smokes, a couple flashes. This is completely winnable for the CTs.
This duel is absolutely massive. CacaNito is gone. Martinez collects another. This is crumbled for Apeks, and Nork doesn't have the HP. Surely not. Flash is all effective as well. That's the kill for Mopos. The fuse is in. It's going to be 6 apiece. Movistar with a heck of a comeback to even up the half as we go to a quick break. Streaky first half. 6-6. And it's all square. Movistar now on the T side. And what have we got? Double Julies in apartments. I've seen this before. Deja vu as Movistar riders are super fast up short. Entry goes their way. Nork is forced to back off. Look at Mopos. He's all the way out in Arch. This guy's mad.
Yep. And he's picked up a kill. This game is not going well for Jacob. This is a save. They've caught it off already. It's a 3 versus 5 retake. No kit. Only 1 flash. Movistar have won their 7th in a row. Just like that. This was probably the worst possible outcome for Apeks in this pist round, right? You had a couple minutes to talk about it. You had a couple minutes to try and mentally reset from what happened in the first half. Because when you think about it, I mean, me and you discussed it, but for everyone just joining in, the rounds that Apeks picked up, that 6th round winning streak, it wasn't nearly as clean as the one of Movistar, right? Throughout the entire first half, it kind of felt like, if you have to summarize it, Movistar was the better team. And they found kickstand as well. That's a bit problematic. And now they just rush up middle and they just make it work so easily. Great flashes, by the way. The Julie player, I think it was Nog, he was completely isolated, couldn't help out his teammate. Pit player goes for the peek. He sees 3 people or 4 people on his screen, gets absolutely deleted straight away. And they force up.
Yeah.
That's a big round.
Big chance for Movistar. They can't be losing against these second rounds. They're so deadly. The resets. Probably the most broken thing in Counter-Strike right now. If they fall at your feet.
Yeah. Now is the time to see what we were talking about when it comes down to 5v4 conversions, right? Movistar is one of the best teams when it comes down to it. Obviously, Apeks are a little bit better, by the way. Apeks are number 2 in that department. Number 1 is FTW. Now, I know they've technically played only 1 game, so for them, some of the stats could be a bit inflated. Those 2 teams have played a bit more, but 5v4 conversions have been great, so you gotta feel like as long as they get the first kill, or as long as they just commit to a pretty well executed B execution with some decent util, they should be able to get it over the line.
Jacob up first, turns the flashes. CacaNito finds the frag. There's still a player up on the boost. That is CacaNito. And a lot of the stopping power out of this execute is gone. Bit of a botched smoke, and I don't think that's helped whatsoever. Martinez, though, bullets can make up the other wrongs. He's just oh, wow. Martinez out. Damage onto Adams. This is nervy stuff for Movistar riders as this bomb goes down.
Yeah, it is. 2 pistols on the retake, though. 1 Molotov for sense. He can actually force the player from triple out of position, just getting into the fight. He needs to win it. 5-7 on the other side, and Nox picked up Adam. Just needs to clutch it up. A 1 versus 2. Gets the first one, but it's just impossible to turn around in time. Apeks pick up the force buy, and at this point, you have to give credit to Kicksound. What a double.
Enormous. I mean, that Deagle kill right at the end.
Yeah.
The importance. It goes from being a very easy afterplant to a nightmare.
Yeah.
In the
and it's
stroke
Martinez
of one
as well.
bullet. What's Movistar going to do? I mean, Adam's already bought. They could heavily eco into a goodbye in the following, but they're not interested. 2 Galils out. Tech 9, Deagle. Mac 10. Nades are dwindling. Some of those Galil players. Opportunities here for Apeks. They've definitely got the better buy.
For a second there, I was thinking an app swap, by the way, but then they send 1 more player down towards Mexi. It was Mopos on the Mac 10. Surely you don't have a lot of util to play a default here if you're Movistar. I mean, you can slow it down at the start just to make sure that, you know, there's no aggressive information plays coming in from the CT side, but eventually, when you do decide you want to commit, you're not going to have a lot of options. You need to use all your util in one take, pretty much. You have 2 smokes, 3 flashes, and 1 molly left.
Contact heavy mid clear. Nobody around. But a bit of control for Movistar. 2 smokes. Pair of flashes. Got options here. Looks like they're just going to walk up short for now. Davy G. Man up first. Lil in hand. Senses in pit. Face, shoulder shown. Bullets rattled off. Player backside. That's Nork. Nada's damage, but no kills found for the Movistar riders. The crossfire working out just as planned. And Apeks needed a clean round, and they've got it.
Unless Just wins it with 15 seconds left in a 1 versus 5. Probably not. Probably wants to go down as well, by the way. No reason to hold on to that armor and the Tech 9. It's a full reset. 5 alive for Apeks on the CT side here is going to have some massive impact. The only way that this one actually goes the other way, I feel like, is if Sense dies straight away playing towards Cold Zero, right? Or towards Pit, sorry. Because he got tagged down. I think he got naded or something, and he did go for a peek. But then one of the players lost the fight. Maybe there is a world where Mopos gets the insta-headshot onto the player that was on Cold Zero as well on the bomb side, but those are just variables at this point. It was a really good setup, a really good hold, and now you get to play against the pistols, and Kicksan has some fun with that MP9 towards Banana. It's a nice cheeky 1-2-3 there from that cash. Only 1 kill going in favor of the Keys once again. Back-to-back, nearly back-to-back clean rounds for Apeks. They don't lose anyone in the previous, they lose only Kicksan here, and he was on an SMG. Look at that CT side money.
They're feeling good. They're feeling good.
Yeah.
Business end of Inferno. Pick of Apeks. We spoke about it in the pre-game. It's hardly a comfort, you know, home turf for either team. So, I'm expecting still a scrappy game of Counter-Strike, but advantage Apeks for now. As they Spread out into a pretty standard sort of setup. Double porch, higher, lower. Senses tasked with just locking down the apartments. Off the back of a bit of B utility, they're actually going to lean JKM over too, so this is a very committed mid-fight. Fingers crossed from their perspective. Movistar comes with some control.
That's a big nade. Jacob. He's in a really good position, though. They have the perfect call. They have 3 people here ready to fight it. Jacob still gets the kill despite of the low HP. Nok and CacaNito are going to join in. This is a great call. The door has been shut right in the faces of Movistar trying to get out of middle, trying to get some real estate towards that part of the map. It gets completely denied. And look at Apeks. They're gone. No one's challenging Bracket anymore. Well, I say that. Nok. He's going to hold a fairly aggressive Alfango. Doesn't really go deeper, though. Only problem with this, they have left the gap towards long, and with 45 seconds, Movistar might be able to find their way back into this round.
I'm keeping an eye on CacaNito. Is he going to play Ruins and look towards CT? They've got to realize it's a possibility. CacaNito is checking. And it's just a matter of if Movistar can get a really good time. And Kicksan is playing in dark. He's not got eyes on anything. As these players get closer and closer, this fight against CacaNito could flip this round on its head. He's looking side-side at the moment. He goes down. It's just Kicksan. And does he get cleared? 5 seconds, 4 seconds.
Round
that
over.
is the round. I almost feel for Movistar because that really could have happened.
That was so risky. That was so risky because the time was running low, right? That's why he stops looking towards CT. He just jiggles it at what, 12 seconds or 15 seconds, doesn't see anything, and then he's like, yeah, surely no one's coming in from CT on 15 seconds shifting, right? Surely they'd be running. Surely they would realize the time is not allowing them to be that quiet and that slow, but they actually played it really nicely. Still though, Kicksan towards dark was the unknown entity, and Apeks now up to double digits. Let me tell you what, that's been a game of momentum. I know that obviously momentum is a bit of an overused term maybe nowadays, but this is the definition of it, right? It's been so streaky. One team gets 6 rounds at the start. It was Apeks on the 6-0 lead, then Movistar gets 7 in a row, and now Apeks suddenly are winning consecutive rounds again, but this time on the CT side.
Yeah, and the difference is they have a bank behind this. It's not like in that first half where lose 1 and suddenly Movistar are in economic control. This is a very different kettle of fish. Movistar have to do this the hard way. They want to stay in this map of Inferno. CacaNito wants to get aggressive as he's wont to do. He loves that sort of play. And he's given up the first frag against the half-buy and a rifle on the deck. He might live to regret that.
Especially when you consider there's 2 rifles. Now, his M4 has been picked up as well. And there still is a fair amount. There's an abundance of flashes on the T side. They can make this one really awkward for the defense. It all depends, though. Mopo's trying to put some pressure on B, but he doesn't really have the necessary utility or weaponry to do that. Sense. He's missed the timing on Just. Might actually catch him on the re-peek. And once again, they've just walked out of long. The CTs have left it, and Mopos actually finds a kill. Just as drop Sense, and that means that Nok is all alone here. Is the Oper on the AK, but he's got a 1 versus 4 if they want to commit A, and they will.
Peeks wide into so many players.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see when you go for that peak.
This has just changed a lot this game. Apeks do have a lot of money. They still have reserves. But by virtue of winning a half-buy and 4 players alive, guns recovered too, the complexion has changed a lot. There's a lot of money now flying around between these 2 teams. Going to have plenty of buy rounds to close out regulation. And a great response from the Movistar Riders. Just as it was looking scary, they win an unlikely round.
Yeah. And that just makes your mentality so much stronger going into the T side, right? Suddenly you just feel confident once again. You get this type of round, especially if you get the kill on Kicksan, especially if you make sure they don't hold on to the gun. And they should be able to do so. That's a great pickup. Nice headshot by the AK. A double kill for Adams as well. Hasn't had a lot of those so far on this map. Obviously, in the previous series, he had a lot of really potent and really important rounds, but this one was quite impactful from him. He was the one to get the opening kill onto CacaNito as well. Got a follow-up later on with a picked-up rifle. And as you pointed out, Apeks do have that money cushion, but if they lose 2 in a row right now, they're in a whole lot of trouble.
Start for Apeks. They want banana. They want this control. Flashes in. Molly behind it. Lands inside of the smoke. But they have it. Kicksan's down the bottom. And Kicksan gets a kill on that player coming through. That's going to be Mopos. It's a man advantage for the Apeks squad. And they've still got mid control too. Sense is playing wide and collects Justin Boiler. This is perfect. 2-man advantage. Just as this half is getting a bit scary for them.
Yeah, Kicksan needs to walk away right now. They can just leave him alone, by the way. They can just let him jump spot towards the side. They're not going to move. They feel alright towards the A-bomb side, especially with Knock on the angle. He's not missing this shot. Not in a million years. CacaNito even wins that fight. I was thinking for a second Martinez actually takes him down. And that has to be a save for the final AK. Apeks, they bounce back massively. And this is the big difference compared to the previous half, right? We could have seen a bounce back from Apeks, but they just didn't have the leverage. They didn't have the chance to try and bounce back after losing 1 round on the T side. They just get instantly reset, and then it's so tough to think that Movistar are just gonna flop their chance to get a second in a row, right? When they're only up against the Pistols, when you're 1-6 down. But in this half, you lose 1 round. It's an unfortunate round to lose, but then you recover. And so far, when you look at the full buys, all things considered, you can be really happy with your CT side. This is the way that it could backfire for the Ts if they win a set piece play, if they win around with the Pistols. It's all right. It's great, actually. But what happens if you can't translate that into full buy rounds?
This feels like a very different Apeks to the one we saw on day 1.
It does, yeah.
That Apeks was flustered and... You know, individually, some of the heavy hitters didn't look on the right page. I mean, I know Jacob's not his best game, but CacaNito, Nork have been brilliant. Kicksan had his moments too. It just feels like they're playing with so much more class and composure
Class
than they were yesterday.
is a perfect word for it, I feel like. Especially when you look at Jacob in a sense. I'd like to think of them both as really skilled riflers. Obviously, Jacob, there's no reason to even try and justify myself, but the Sense is a really skilled player as well. They have 12 kills combined, and their team is still winning. And look at Movistar. They're just going to send it LB. When nothing else works, try with speed. And Jacob, unfortunately for him, this is not going to be the round where he turns it around, but look at the utility damage. Even though they have the man advantage, Adam S, Davigi, 33 HP to work with. Mopos, 56. They're still softened up extremely.
A couple of HEs still in the mix too. CacaNito and Sense. If those land in the right spots, it'll be very interesting. What is the setup for Apeks? We've gone solo B. Nork, Coffins. He'll fall and play retake. Then XQ comes in. And Apeks are risking a free B lean double pit as well. Free A lean, sorry. There's just Nork here. Flashes over here. Nork. Can't quite get on the angle. A TK from Mopos. We didn't need that. Numbers are evened up. Bomb still yet to be planted. Out in front of first. And now we've got to wait for the cavalry. But we get this retake engaged.
Holding. They still have 2 smokes going into this one as well. They've taken their time, but there is a diffuse kit in Sense. They can smoke the bomb off. They can smoke off Banana. And that becomes so tough to hold. And let's not forget, there's a couple of Ts that are really low on HP as well. That's not going to be easy. There goes the nade. There goes the flash. Kicksan gets the first one. They've smoked off Banana as well. They need to worry about the bomb side though. When the time is running low, they need to get Sense on the bomb. And they need to do it quickly. But Adam S is just collecting kill after kill. And Knock, he's seen enough. He's going to try and hold on to the AVP. Movistar Riders make it work.
It's costly. They lose everybody. Well, they'll take it. And the time was definitely the extra player there in favor of the Movistar Riders. Without the time, I'm not sure it would have been possible to hold that bomb site. Apeks just had to accelerate so quickly right at the end. Ooh, this is getting very spicy. Money is gone for Apeks. Norka's a bit, but elsewhere, not looking great. pressure on Movistar, this becomes a very exciting game of Inferno. A lot hinges on winning back-to-back rounds, however. And what is the move? Slow default into mid. They're just going to walk out. Yes, they are. Flashes through. Accelerating now into long. It's a freebie stack from Apeks. This is a bad time to have that sort of lean. HE goes down, but CacaNito is caught. And it's just sent up against 5. One short. One apartment, but he's massacring the long flank. Bomb is in the open too. And Sense might have just saved Apeks.
There's no way. They're going to throw a smoke on the bomb. They're going to try and get that, but there's so many CTs on the other side of this. And Mopos gets away with it. Bomb plan's going to get secured, but it's still a 3 versus 2 retake. All 3 CTs coming in from long. There goes the reposition now. And again, they do have a defuse kit. They can take their time with this one. They can make sure to use all their utility. They do have a smoke. That's going to be in for a pit. Flashes as well. Just not peeking just yet, and he's deployed a Molotov to make sure the smoke fails. There goes the first one, and now they can just play the crossfire knock. He's not up close. They can't go for this. This round's gonna go in favor of Movistar. There's not enough time. They're just locking them down. They just want to make sure they go down, but just won't go down. The bomb's planted towards the other side of the bomb site itself, and both of them actually survive. Movistar, they get away with one here.
What more do you want from Sense? What more do you want?
That's so awkward.
That is unbelievable. I can't believe he got 3 out of that position.
And they still didn't win the round after that as well.
What are they going to do? I mean, Nor could drop a rifle.
I mean,
they're going to save.
Yeah. I feel like at this point, you just want to, well, Jacob and Nog have guns, but at this point you just want to play a half-buy that is dangerous enough so you can potentially win the round if Nog or Jacob go crazy. But you want to make sure that 11-11 you're not reset. You want to make sure if they level things up, you have a full buy coming up. I feel like a full buy could be too risky.
Quite a lot, you know. I mean, they're on 2-4. Let's be on 3-9. He just dies without a frag, so he's a little bit invested.
I think he can play an MP9. He's the banana player, so even on an MP9 is going to be fine, especially if he makes it work with a double. What a moment for Jacob to wake up.
No, that explains it.
Yeah.
We're not thinking about losing this round and buying in the next. We're playing to win. No hesitation. Top spawn for Banana. Peaks on the... Well, it would have been a one-way smoke and go. It's just a pre-smoke here in CS2. Check out the higher-lower setup as Movistar creep and crawl their way on to B. Adam tagged heavily. And JChem might be called upon again. 39 HP. Different regions, different realms, different continents are his teammates, but it doesn't matter. That is the play of the qualifier, and JChem has put them so close to winning map number 1.
What a moment for the veterans to step it up. This is absolutely ludicrous. What a godlike sequence from Jacob. He does it all from start to finish. 4 kills for 21 rounds, and he gets 5 in round number 22. This is crazy. This is what big players are made of, right? He might have the most unfortunate, the most stinky game ever. And then in the end, when he's needed, he delivers with an ace. He was the only M4 in the round as well. That just makes it so much more impressive. They had an AVP towards the other side of the map, and he was the only gun on B, accompanied by just a single pistol. And he still made it work. Look at the money on Movistar. 2 MAC-10s, 3 pistols. This is not looking pretty, Alan.
And the fear of God rattled into them by JChem. How do you focus? How do you realign yourself? That was a half buy. It was an eco around the saves. You're up against statistically the worst player on the server, and he dumpsters you. Just as the map looked like it was going to go, you know, even Stevens, Movistar in a good economic position. Look at their buy. It is disastrous. Nork pins Mopos to the ground. And Apps Pop is to come. But this looks real scary if you're a Movistar fan.
It is, yeah. He's gonna hear all of that. This is the first one. CacaNito from the back of the side. No, gets a triple. And that should be enough to close it out. It's Martinez in a 1 versus 3. He's got a 1v1 versus the first one. And he's been able to get it. It's actually a 1v4. 1v3 just now. Digits in, but he's just gonna get double pushed from short any moment now. He's getting molly. He's getting run down, and Kickstand will close it out. It's 13-10 in favor of Apeks as they pick up Inferno.
I still can't get over the JChem round. That is something else. Just as the game was going into Movistar's favor, he just puts his foot down and just absolutely destroys them. Wow. That was... You know, I think that first half in a lot of ways was a bit boring. It was just so streaky. Yeah. Yes, it started off very close, but those